Welcome on M-Rock at the Rockavaria Festival, and welcome to Mark Tremonti and his band.
Thank you. How are you?
How are you doing?
Very well. Yourself?
I'm great, thank you. So, you played with the bands Creed and Alter Bridge. Do you enjoy it now to be the boss in the band?
I'm not really the boss. I'm just the band just has my last name. You know, we're all just good buddies, and we're just doing this and having the best of times.
What about the other guys? Do you have a good time with Mark on tour?
Not really. No, just kidding. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's a good time. Like Mark said, we're all friends. We've been friends for a long time, and it's kind of something that we've always wanted to do, and now here we are. So we couldn't be happier.
One question to all the band members: how do you like this festival so far?
Iron Maiden woke me up sound checking this morning, so I was in my bunk and I was like, oh, it's going to be a good day when Iron Maiden wakes you up. So it's cool. It's a stadium. Never played a stadium before, so that's pretty cool. You got the same
I agree totally.
Well, when Iron Maiden wakes you up, that's the best thing to begin a day. Do you have the time to watch some other bands?
We hope so. You know, the first show we did, we were just hustling to try and get everything ready to go because it was our first show in about 6 months. But today, you know, we hope to get around. We hope to see Gojira before us, and we hope to see Anthrax after us, of course, Iron Maiden, and Slayer, Ghost, everybody. You know, it's just a great lineup today. I think today looks like my favorite lineup of the Rockavaria for sure.
The new album Dust is out, and you released 2 solo albums within 1 year. That's really remarkable. And you even recorded another Alter Bridge album. Where do you take this creativity from to write so much good music?
You know, it's just every chance I get, I like to write, and I never throw any ideas out. I just keep them logged, so whenever it comes time to do a record, I have plenty of material to draw from. And this band was it's so good to have this, because a lot of ideas would never see the light of day without it.
You are the main songwriter of the band. Are the other band members also involved in the songwriting process?
Well, I bring in the ideas, and then the guys put their own parts over them and help arrange, the albums, and yeah, we have a great time.
When you have a great time in the studio making records, do you also have a great time on tour? Do you have any funny stories from your life on tour?
You're a funny guy.
I'm drawing a blank, man.
Okay, all right, I got one. Mark, for breakfast, he normally likes waffles, One morning, he comes downstairs, goes to make his breakfast, goes to make his waffles, and he didn't have any syrup. He's like, what the hell? And all of a sudden you hear over the microphone, it's like, attention, Mark Tremonti needs syrup for his waffles. So it was like a mad dash, everyone trying to find syrup for Mark so he could have his breakfast. So that's one thing that kind of stuck out. But Tanner, you got any?
That's not very epic.
Well, I told you I'm kind of drawing a blank, so.
I got one. There we go. Since Garrett threw one at me, I'll throw one back at him. Garrett likes to wake up in the middle of the night and have night terrors and just shouts, rah, screams, and in the middle of the night he has terrible. No. Yeah, he screams like.
It's the confined space in the bunk that I think it does it to me.
It's like he's being murdered or something in his bunk. Yeah, Mr. Night Terror. That'll be our next single.
What is the main difference for you between the other bands you played with and your solo band?
Well, I've got to stay healthy, got to keep my voice in shape, get enough sleep and drink a lot of water. And, there's just more concentration going on. I got to memorize, all the lyrics and figure out how to be a front man. And when I'm doing the Tremonti stuff, the guitar kind of takes a back seat because I got to worry about the singing more. But with Alter Bridge, I'm hyper focused on just the guitar playing. So those are the two big differences.
Your record label, Fred 12, is more than just a record label. I think it started as a kind of network for guitar players and fans. Can you tell us more about that?
It started out as a guitar instructional kind of website. I put out a couple DVDs now, and then some other guitar players followed, and I think there's about 10 or 12 of them out now. But then they started taking those artists and selling their instruments through the sites, and they would send me backplates. So all the guitars that you bought through the site would come signed, or they'd sell T-shirts and whatnot, and they'd interview all the guitar players coming through town and get all kinds of content, rig tours and lessons and whatnot. And then they just happened to fall into being the record label for Tremonti, and we couldn't be happier with them.
The Guitarist magazine listed one of your solos in the song Blackbird from Alter Bridge as the best solo of all time.
That's just madness.
So you don't really care about that?
I mean, it's the accolades are always a big boost to your confidence and make you know that when you work hard, it's paying off and people are getting it. But by no means do we think that that's true, or I think it's whoever's got the most active, diehard fan base at the time is going to vote for those polls, and just to be on a list with guys like Eddie Van Halen and Gilmore it's just an honor.
And there are some other names behind you like Slash, Gary Moore, Jimi Hendrix, and many others.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's just to be considered to be in the same paragraph as those guys is an honor.
Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
All the best to you and have a good time at the festival. This was Tremonti on M Rock.